Alright, how's it going, everybody? It has been a while since I played some Microtopia. So we're gonna have a nice new fresh start to check out what's going on with this new blueprint thing, which is something I have been wanting for a long time. And the ant species, everything's the same. We don't need that. Distant weed heights. Sure, we'll take that. Welcome to Microtopia. Alright. Looking around the environment. We need to move the camera. We need to rotate the camera. Why? I didn't do the fresh start. Why are we doing this? I know how to do this. Just give me my queen. Select her from the build name. Q. Alright, so I need a good place to start my colony with some flowers around it to feed her. And so, and we want to make sure there's plenty of room around. Yeah, let's just toss her off over in this area. And we need her going that direction. Queen has arrived, small group start workers, and we need to go pick up scrap. That's enough to keep him busy for a little bit. Alright, each trail to make the things. We'll do that in a minute. We need to actually set up a trail for the actual tile here. We'll have them do that. And we'll put this guy over here undoing that. This other guy is going to keep picking up that blue stuff, which technically, now that they gave us the ability to do this, we don't even need to have them pick up the loose ones. We can just shove all the loose ones right to the thing, which is kind of weird, to be perfectly honest. Alright, so now we need our incubator, which we're going to put over here. And we're going to go have these guys do some food type things. We actually don't have we only have hauling, so we gotta get the baby out first, I guess. I thought I told this thing I didn't want the starting thing. Hey, Steven. It's basically think Factorio, but with robot ants. Queen needs energy to produce more lava, collect energy pods. Yeah, that's what I was working on with this whole thing. But we need the actual forage, which is what we need this for, so we can actually connect like that. Alright, and then we can have him go off over there, and we can erase this white one because it is kind of useless. And we're gonna have this one do a bit of that, so he can sit here, go around, pick up the babies, and bring the babies back over to the incubator. We're gonna have small ones go up here and help collect food for the queen. We need to make a few more incubators here. I typically make about 4 of them at the start. Now to get our population grown pretty good. That down there, so now he can go to all of those and connect all of those up. And now all the little guys will come up there, and we should probably get a stockpile and just put it like right here. And then move this up like that. Because we really don't need these guys strictly feeding her directly. We can stockpile them. And then we'll have this guy come over here, and he's gonna do the feeding once they give us the shoot thing. We need, there you go. Now we have our dispenser. Alright, so now we're gonna have this go like that. And his job is just gonna be to keep that bitch stuffed full of food. And we assign this to that. So now every time he goes there, he'll pick up a energy cube and shove it down her gullet. Alright, scrap iron can be processed into iron ingots by using a smelter. Build a smelter. Alright, so we need to probably start this over here out of the way. And we need to make a stockpile to put these on. We need a dispenser to connect to our stockpile over there. And then we will have this go to there, drop it there, come back here. So now we need to get one of our baby ants. And he's gonna come over here and get started smelting. Eventually I'll have gates and I'll be able to send the ants off to the different places that I need the ants to go. But as of right now, I'm kind of limited on what I can have them do. What are you doing, dude? Get out of the way. Alright, that's what I was trying to do. Connect that to there. And And he's up here doing his smelter thing. Throws it in the smelter, waits for the new one to come out. And we're gonna grab another one of you fresh guys. The ants die. See, this guy's got a life of 1 minute and 30 left. They only have 5 minutes total for the babies. These guys here have infinite life. They never die. They're basically your security of don't let the colony die off completely, is their whole purpose. And in my last playthrough, it actually came in quite handy because I tried to kill off my colony a couple times. So it is kind of nice having them here where they will just make sure that you keep living. Because if nothing else, go back to just this, where you have just those initial 3 guys, 4 guys, 4 guys. And see these ball things start getting replenished, so you have to send them out further and further to get more, which is where gates will come in handy, but we haven't got to that point yet. Alright, iron to build a workshop. So now we'll make this workshop, which this is going to move, but we just want to get it built through this beginning portion here. And we need to do technically 2 of these. So we need to have one for screws and one for plates. We're gonna grab like all 3 of you guys, send you up here, and get you smelting. Alright, so this one needs to go there, there, back there. This one needs to go there, there, back there, and I completely set that up wrong. Other way around. Needs to go here to there, back to there. Alright, so this is going to be set up for plates. This one, when it gets done, is going to be for screws. And this is going to be assigned there. This is going to be assigned there. That's where they're going to get their stuff. And see, these guys are just going to stand here and wait for this guy to get done with his, which is why it's important to set up multiple smelters. And we can't look at the actual the thing, the research. We can't look at it yet to see when the blueprint thing is actually going to be coming out. It definitely looks like we need to get some more ants onto feeding her, because she's not giving us many larvae here. We need to stuff her. And we also can start putting one over here to start making the plates. And we probably should start sending a few of them over here to help gather. because we are going to need tons of iron. Alright, so now we can set this to screws. And we can get us another ant. Nice new fresh one right here. Send him up here. Get him started on the screw. Plates take a while because it's 3 of them. Good thing is we only need 2 of them at the moment to get this done. Pretty sure the next thing they're going to teach us is how to make a combiner to get adult. Sure, that's the next thing we're doing. Alright, let's get you up here because I'm pretty sure we are out of smelter ants. And we are just about out of our plate making ant. So if that one can live long enough to place that, which he can't, we'd actually have what we need. Oh, he did get it placed. Alright. You can upgrade workers. Yeah, we need to build the constructor thing or combiner. So this is where we're gonna send off our ants to become bigger ants. And the bigger ants last longer. Alright, so we want to look for a couple that are about to die off, like this guy. You go in there. And you 3 are all pretty good and healthy. Oh, there's another one. You. Come on the opposite side. And now we get our worker ant. And worker ants have twice the longevity. So they last for 10 minutes instead of 5 minutes. And the nice thing is that you can combine the babies when they're at almost death into a new adult. Alright, so now we need to make 5 of these guys. And then they're going to teach us how to make the inventors. Which are the ones that we need for doing research. Eventually they will give us gates and trails and all kinds of fun stuff where we can actually combine these guys automatically that are almost ready to die off. Night, dude. Alright, so let's... Yeah. I know it's getting late for you over there. Alright, let's get this guy out of here. Get him loaded up. And we missed that one. Go ahead and grab this one. Him loaded up, and that'll be our last one. This guy, as soon as he gets done, is going to come over here and do our spruce. Alright, so that's done. Combine workers in to create inventors. So now we need to take 2 of these guys, which we're just going to get rid of this for the moment. We're going to combine this guy and this guy. We're going to have this come back to here. And then we got this guy and this guy. Combine them. And then we'll have this guy go on here. And when his buddy pops around here, have him go on the other side. And that'll make our inventor. Oh, there's our counter gate and our divider gate. I didn't even see those. Very useful. We'll get to those in a minute. Alright, so there's our inventor dude. Now we need to build the inventor pad, which I just built that backwards. Now he can climb his butt up there. Put another dispenser here. That is assigned to that. And we'll grab one of you little guys, and you're gonna come over here. And you're gonna start feeding this dude. And then he will give us our knowledge stuff that we use for our research. Alright, so that guy got all of that done, so let's get him spread out here to some new areas. Actually going to move this up to here, and then we can do a bit of this. Let him get past there, like that. And then we don't have to have him going quite so far. Alright, then we can pop his poop sack. And now we have our invention stuff. So this is all the different things that we can invent in my regular playthrough. I got up here into this area. Looks like there might be a few new things, or they moved some things around. There's the blueprint that I want to get to, but right now we need to get the radar tower done, and next is going to be plant cutting, and we need to get to 50 amps. So now we need to start getting our actual things done, because you notice we've got a lot of ants down here that are just kind of doing a whole lot of nothing. So we need to start getting this all taken care of. So first off, we're going to move this over here, and we're going to move this along with it over to here. Probably not going to be right there, but it'll work for the moment. Alright, and this dude, we're going to, hello, you, back over there. Alright, so right now, we want to get rid of all of that. Move this up here. Deal with that later. So for right now, we want to set up a bit of a main line. So we're going to put a counter gate here that says if we have 10 of them inside of there, then the rest of you go this way. And then they're gonna come up this way, and we're gonna set up a counter gate here, a counter gate here, and a counter gate here. All of these are going to be set to 1, which they are by default, and they're going to go up to there. So that'll read that there are 3 connected there, so none are going to go in there. This guy can come to this one, and this one to this one. So now whenever one of our ants dies off, a new one will come in and take his place. And then any that we have left over here are going to come over here, and we're going to use a divider to divide them up separately. And then that is going to upgrade them to workers. And then the workers will be turned into inventors for right now. So we need to make another combiner that comes out here that has a divider that goes there and there. And then this guy is going to come over and go on to our pad here. Now, what we probably should do is put one more divider in here and have one of these come out. That'll then come up here and feed this dude. Look, you're being a pain. Out of here for a moment. Alright, I hate it when it does this and the thing doesn't want to connect. There we go. So now the next one that comes out is going to come over here and he's going to start feeding them. And we also want to put a counter gate in here. And we want to set this one to about 4. That way we have 4 guys come in here to start packing Mama full of food. And then we also want to put a counter gate in here and make sure this is on about 4 to make sure we have plenty coming in here to help collect iron, so we have plenty of iron. That guy's done. That gets us our plant cutting. We can go ahead and get that done. They want us to make a radar tower, so let's just throw that over here. And it's gonna need a bunch of iron, another plate, and a bunch of energy cubes. And we've got guys getting energy cubes, so those will be fine. It's going to take away from what Mama's going to get, and it's going to take away from our inventor dude, but that's fine. We really need to get more scavengers out here picking up more, and I think, what did we have this set at? 10? Yeah, I think 10 is going to be too many for this set here. Let's set it to like 6 for right now, see how that works. And then we can set another one off over here. And we can make another counter gate. Comes in there, and we'll set that one to about 4 and see how that works. So now we got our ones making our iron, one's making plates, one's making screws, 2 sets getting us our energy pods, and a bunch of them feeding Mama down here. And we need to make one of these dispensers. And actually what we're gonna do is just change this one's target to that one. We'll have the inventors work off of that one, and Mama getting fed off of this one. And yes, I know it's empty. It's going to be empty for a little bit because we need a bunch more for in there, which means we need to get a lot more iron ahead, but that means we need to make a lot more smelters. So we're going to change this up a little bit. we're going to move this down to here for the moment. Move that over to there. And now we're going to set up a smelter here, a smelter here, there, smelter there. That'll give us 5. So we need to change our counter to 5. And then what we need to do is we need to have a divider for this one that will send them out. Each one of these, and then back down to here. Oops. I'll have to fix that. There, that should work. And that has completely emptied us of our stockpile of iron. But as soon as it gets repleted there, they will start smelting it back up again. And now we got 5 times the amount of iron that we can smelt. So we're going to go ahead and up this to about 7. That'll get us more guys into there. He's ready. Which is good because they're about to die. Because they will die off. They've got a lifespan just like any other ant. So you really don't want to stockpile them like I am here. Okay, so we have our null trail. Collecting fiber. What we want to get to is the elder trail up here and the old gate. So we're going to do the null trail. And then we have a counter end and a main trail. I'm assuming we need the 50 ants to get to this one. So that's what we're going to strive for here. Which means we're going to put in a secondary dispenser over here. And we're going to assign this one to this one so Mama can be fed off of both of them. And we only need to hit 50. We were really close to it, but we were combining them to make our inventors, and that kind of killed a lot of them off. So we need 25 and 50 for those. The counter end, I don't find that useful. So I'm not as worried about that one. The null trail is kind of nice because it means don't do anything. If you have this trail that we're currently using, they'll pick up anything that they walk across on it. Where if you use the null trail, they'll pick up literally nothing. These guys are smelting away. Beautiful. And our population is going up nice. We got 43. We need to hit 50. Alright, our radio tower is done. Our radar tower is done. That's going to tell us where our next island is. And connect us up with all the other ants that are going to fly by now. Or no, wait a minute. Doesn't that give us the thing, or do we have to do the other thing? I'm thinking there's a monument we got to do for the other island, but I don't remember. Basically, this works off of there being multiple islands. You have this island, which is your starter island that just has very basic resources like the scrap iron and the energy cubes. We get to the next island, it's going to be a desert island. It's not going to have a lot of the plant fiber. It's probably not going to have the level 1 wire weed. It's going to have level 2 stuff. And then it's also going to have copper, glass, and rubber. And that'll unlock the stuff for our next. Okay. Data about a nearby island. Reveal the new island. And there it is, and it's a donut. So, this is our second island. Like I said, this is a deserty one. It still has iron deposits. These have to actually be mined, but there's also a ton of the scrap ones over here. But then we also have rubble. There should be rubble piles as well. There is copper scrap. There is somewhere around here there should be glass scrap as well. These here are cable trees. These should give us our tier 2 energy ball things. Yeah, see this right here? This is one of those cable trees that actually has the tier 2 on it. They take forever to grow, but that's what that island is for, is getting all that good stuff. So we will have to get over there and get that soon. Go ahead and get our main trail. Get that unlocked. This needs collecting fiber, which we can now make a trail for plant cutting. So we're going to need to do that. And I'm actually going to have them start weeding out some of this that is not our good stuff. So we'll put a counter gate in right here that'll send them into there. If I remember correctly, it has to be the adult though. These guys, if I click on one, yeah, hauling and foraging, these guys can't do it. So we're gonna have to do this just a little different. So we're gonna have our gate come out on this side, and then we'll use our new null trail. Send that all the way around to here. Except that is completely in reverse. We need to go the other way. And then we can put a stockpile like right there. And we are going to stop having them go and get combined into inventors for right now, because we're trying to get to 50, and that, you know, kind of kills them off. So we're gonna let one of these guys deal with getting him up to his final amount he needs, and then he'll be our last inventor for a little bit. Oh, you guys are out of scrap, aren't you? Let's fix that. Alright, so we're collecting our clippings here, and then we'll have to set up a thing to actually make fabric. See if we can optimize this a little bit here so they have more of a foraging area. Yeah, like that. Now, eventually we'll have carry gates where, like, this guy that's carrying one here won't have to walk all the way around. We'll be able to send him back over to the start much quicker, which is nice. But unfortunately, we don't have that technology yet. Alright, so we now have guys coming in that have nothing to do, so we're going to send them off over here so they can keep collecting energy pods so we can get mama stuffed and get us a bunch of babies. Alright, so now we can get rid of this. We can grab 3 of you, and we're going to shove you in here, although that's probably a waste of time because I'm pretty sure there's not going to be enough in there for that. So send you over to this one. Alright, so we're also going to get rid of this one, so they're not going and making new ones as of yet. Alright, so you guys got rid of that pile, you got one pile left, and then we'll have to move you to the back side here. Get that little pile. This gear has to be mined, so it's just going to sit there for a little while. Stockpile's going good with that, so let's go ahead and get production. One of these in here. Change that to now making. Wait a minute. Oh, we have to unlock fabric first. which is up here, so we need to get to, there we go. Alright, now we can unlock fabric. Just forgot to hit the button. And that gives us our carry gate once we get 30. So we may actually set the inventor back up really soon. So I really like that carry gate. Okay, so that, like that. We need to go from here, there, there, and back. We need a counter gate. Goes up there, sends one in. We need to assign this fabric. Or to the plant fiber. And then he'll make our fabric. Come on, stuffed mama. Alright, so these guys are now done. So we need to do something really annoying here. This around the backside up here. And we're literally just going to move this right there. And then we can pull this up. Nice and tight around here. Now they can just do a nice little loop around. And once they get that pile done, then we'll move them off into a new area, and we'll set up another area over here. I'm going to go ahead and start doing, and that is going to be for foraging these. And then we can set up another one of these over here. And assign it to that one. And we'll set this one 5 for the moment. And that'll get us even more energy cubes. Alright, so you guys are all done. So we're gonna grab all of you. And we're going to send you off over here to start picking energy cubes to stuff up mama. And then we're going to clean all of this up. None of that is needed anymore. And then we can move this. Put it over here, and we'll just set up a trail here, there, and give us a this one comes here, and whatever we have left will just go into stuffer. Keep her going. We only need 5 more and we'll have our 50. Then we can get our elder gates done. We can go back to doing inventing. I may have to set up another bunch of energy cube pickers. We have a whole nother bunch over there. We can do a couple few down here. This is a whole lot of iron we can get there. Why are you not forward? Or hauling? Get the haul. Alright, what are you guys? Why are you being annoying? Don't be annoying. There we go. That's better. And we're back down to 42. Alright, we're sending some up this way. Countergate this way. And set that to 4 up there should be good. Alright, now they got 4 different places they can pull energy cubes from. Stuff this broad. Yeah, we need to get... I now see a minor flaw in my design here. Need to make sure this has about 3. Because we're not going to hit 50 if she's sitting there waiting on somebody to come and pull the larva out of her ass. So if we get 3 of these guys in here, we want them literally waiting there at the poop chute to grab it. You guys are done over here. Is there any more small piles? Yeah, we got these 3 and those 2. Let's go ahead and move this up to here. And we'll just grab all of you guys. Relocate you up here. And we can delete all of this and this. We'll come up here, and we'll have you guys start working on that. Alright, we're at 48, 49, 48. Come on. 48. 47, 48. Come on, we can do this. 49. Oh, nobody died. Somebody died. 48. 49. Come on. Jump out there. Really? 49. 50. We hit 50. Which is what we needed for this one. So now that gives us our old gate, which we need to get. So we need to get our inventor set back up. So we're going to set up a counter gate here. And we want this set to 2. So that we only have 2 guys going into this area. And then we want to set the divider back up like that. We got our fabric done. Now we need an assembler. That's so we can fly off to the other island. But we're not ready for that yet. We want to get this island all under control first. Which means we need to get that inventor, and we're going to send a counter up this way to go into here to feed that guy. Oh, why is that not sending one in there? Oh, because I'm a dork and set up 2 counter gates. There we go. All right, so we need 100 for the old gate, and we need 30 for the carry gate. We'll probably do the carry gate first. Because the carry gate will help us to optimize our energy cube collection here. Alright, got us a new inventor coming in. You guys have gotten this all cleaned up, so there's no reason to have you going anywhere near up there anymore. A few of you are fixing to dead. We're gonna go ahead and send you few that are fixing to dead right on over here to get made into inventors. Alright, so we got our inventor. Problem is we don't have any cubes for you, so we're actually going to pop this out over this direction. I'm going to set that foraging. So if you get there and there isn't any, you just go pluck one of your own. Which means I probably should... Which one are you coming off of? You're coming off of this one, which is going to this one. So we're going to change that. We're just going to delete this one. So then everything that these guys get will go to this guy, so he's not having to go forage his own. Alright, looks like we can go ahead and get rid of fork tractor. Why are you guys just standing around? Get to work. Why are you just standing there? Something got messed up on their trail, apparently. Alright, pop his ass. That'll give us our carry gate. Which now we need to collect copper, collect rubble, and collect glass, but that's over on the other island. So that's a dead end for right now. So we need to start working on this side. But that carry gate means we can now optimize this a bit. So yeah, I know how to do the gates. Do that. So this one is enter if carrying anything. So if they pick something up here, they're going to go straight over to there. And then we're going to do another one from here to there. So if they're carrying anything there, they'll go from there to there. So see, now instead of him going all the way around there, he's going to come straight back to here. And that'll optimize this a lot. It'll get them back around much, much faster. And we can do the same thing over here. We can put a carry gate there. So if they pick something up there, they come back around over here. Alright, all of you guys are done. We're gonna get you Where is a good place to put right now? Honestly, make your workers, I guess, because you're all about to die anyways. Alright, so now we can get rid of all of this. We have no more up in this area. We can do carry gate here. Not that it's going to help that much, but it'll cut off a little bit. Alright, so cut that. Move this, and I think we're going to go ahead and just put it over here to this big pile. We're not really going to worry too much about it because we've got a full stockpile. Just about. So I think I'm more worried about getting energy balls right now more than I am anything else. So we're gonna go ahead and set you guys to come up here. You're gonna forge this area. Now we can go ahead and put this one back over here and assign this one to that one. And I think, just in case, we're going to assign it to this one as well. That way he's got plenty. We're up to 46. Somehow this got messed up. Let's go ahead and... this guy is about to die off, so let's send him in this one. We do have to have him drop what he's carrying. That'll make our new inventor. And then this guy is going to be the one that takes his place. Once we get that old gate, we're not going to have to worry about this because we'll be sending all of our ones that are about to die off to be upgraded. So all of these youngins will get sent over here instead of our counter thing just sending some in randomly. And yeah, we've got way too many in here. What the hell did I mess up here? Get rid of that. Connect that back there. These three get moving. And now you can't go there. We're gonna have you come on over here. Where did I put the iron at? There it is. You're gonna come over here. And we can do the same thing here, where each one of these stops. They'll go right back to the beginning, so they're not having to walk the whole circle. Now, just need to get up to 100, and we'll be able to get our old gate. We can technically do our assembler now, which will let us fly over to the other area. And the iron floor tiles, I'm going to wait on that because I'm assuming we need them for the blueprint, so maybe I won't wait too awful long, but yeah, I want to get the old gate and the Elder Trail, and then we'll worry about flying off to the other island over there. So we need 4 more inventor dudes out here. I'm getting a heck of a stockpile here. Stuffing Mama about as fast as she can get stuff. Three more. The nice thing about the Elder Trail is it's like our regular trails, except it makes elderly run faster, so they can get to the thing before they croak. So we definitely want that to go with our Elder Gate. But the Elder Gate comes first. Just notice it doesn't look like they're picking up those. There's the 80. I'm not sure where the 6 came from. Yeah, we are completely full of iron. almost full of screws. Oh, we need a stockpile gate to stop them. We haven't got that far yet. Hey, dude, why are you not moving? Oh, yes. What the hell's wrong with this spot? There you go, that's better. There, you want to be a dork? Pick it up right where your thing is. We'll just send it right back around. You can do that little bitty circle. He about to croaks. Might as well send him off. Gonna grab this dude. We missed him. Alright, so we got the last two Avengers out there we need. We just gotta get them fed. Stuff him up. Stuff him up quick. As soon as we get this done, we're going to change up basically how this entire island is working. Okay, so that gives us that. Gives us our old gate, which then will give us our Elder Trail, which we need 50 for. And we need to upgrade 100 ants to do that. So we're now going to set an old gate right here. It's going to come off of here. And it is going to come over here. And we're actually going to move this combiner over to here. We're going to delete all of that. And we're going to set an old gate right here. Oh, just don't have a place for him to go. That's the problem. Couldn't figure out what the hell is going on. Okay. Now you need to get out of there. Because we should not have any adults going into this area. Only the babies should be able to come up here. And we want to set an elder gate up here as well. They can come out of there. We want to set up an elder gate here as well. That'll come out of there. We want one that comes out here. And now these should all be the little guys. They're going to go in here to make big guys. Now, where is that big guy coming from? He should not be in there. So he's going to get deleted, and we're going to set that just for that. So they can never go in there. And see, this is what we need the Elder Trail for. It also makes them stop carrying things. Because this will be a pain in the butt. But what we're going to do is we're going to change this to that. Now see, I don't know where you're coming from. We're going to have to deal with you. We're just going to put a storage here and a storage here. This is going to be for cubes. This will eventually be for scrap. And we'll have other ones as well. Alright, so now all my workers are going over here. But I need to get the rest of this worked out. So there's any more... I don't see any more old guys in here. So that's good. Shouldn't be. We've got the Elder Trail set up for that one. And now we got the Elder Trail set up for that one. We need one for this one. But this one we probably should just turn off at the moment. But we'll just go ahead and set up one from here, comes up and connects there. That'll be where the iron is going to go on that other one, which we actually have it set for scrap iron. So we need to set up another one of these, and this will be for the iron cubes. Okay, we need to get an Elder Gate set up for this one. We need to get a Elder Gate set up for this one, for this one, and for this one. Now we're gonna need one for screws. Why do you keep getting in there? I don't know where you're coming from. Alright, now we need a stockpile on this side. This is gonna be for screws. And we're gonna need another one for plates as well. which is probably actually going to be for fabric at the moment. I think that's the next thing we're going to have coming in here. Alright, you guys are doing a whole lot of nothing. And now I want to get all of the babies out of here. Because we do not want any babies in here. We're going to start sending these guys off to the other combiner. So we want to make sure that this is cut here. So that only the old dudes, the workers, can come out here. And then they're going to get sent into this one. So we're going to get rid of this area. That's where the old ones keep coming. Alright, so we're just going to get rid of this for the moment. Erase all of this. And yeah, you guys are showing up from that one. So we actually need you to come in down here. You completely didn't listen because I completely didn't delete that. Now you come in, drop your shit where it's supposed to go, and then go to the combiner. Alright. And for some reason you guys are not doing what you're supposed to be doing here. I have no idea why. But for right now, let's get your elder trail in here. Anything that comes out, baby, going the other way. It doesn't look like there is any. Alright, so we're getting rid of all of that. All you guys down here for a minute. Alright, so now workers will go over, they'll start doing that, and then they'll come over and get dropped into here. And we should have no old guys going into here. And so now we need to get our elder trail set up here. Okay, and we should probably move this. we do need to get more of these set up. Holy crap, we've got way too many of you guys in here. Oh, we're full. Alright, well, time for another one then. Which also means it's time to get the assembler done and start sending you guys off to the other, I don't know how in the hell you got us through. You should so definitely not have a screw. And we also need to delete this side. And we're actually going to have our null trail come over here. And we're going to have these guys come in here. They're going to feed you guys. And then they're going to come back and go over here. Now, we do have a few that are just walking themselves to death, but there's nothing we can do about that until we get a stockpile gate. You, grab it. We're actually going to do a counter gate. And we're going to set this up for 2. If there is not 2 old guys going to become inventors, then we'll send a new guy over there to become an inventor. Because right now the inventors are basically our most important. Oops. Might have deleted just a little bit too much there. Alright, we need 50 for that. So let's go ahead and get the assembler done. That'll get us our small digger and our drone. We need 25 for the drone. So let's go ahead and get that. That'll give us our cast gate, which is quite nice as well. So now we can go ahead and make an assembler. This gets assigned to that. This gets changed to assemble drone. So now we are going to set up a counter gate that comes off of yeah, we don't want to set it up off of there. We want to send it up off here. That'll go to there, so we need one. And then we need our launch pad, which will go right there. And these guys will go there. And then we need a, hey, go away, we ain't got anywhere close to needing you yet. Alright, so these guys are gonna land over here. So now we need to connect this to here. Now our drones are going to land over here. And now to make a launch pad, we need 2 plates. So we're going to set up a hauling gate that is going to come get us iron. And our drones are going to come over here and collect this iron. Alright, I think it is about time that we set up a few more of these. Okay, so now they'll make their trip around. They'll feed whichever one is available at the time. And then that'll get us more stuff made. We probably should start sending some of the adults over here maybe to help with the babies doing their thing. We should probably fix this mess. He not ready to pop? Thought he was ready to pop. There, we'll send 4 of them into there. That'll take care of that. We're actually going to get rid of this so the babies aren't going into there. And we'll just let the adults take care of that. Alright, let's go ahead and get a stockpile set up over here. I'm picking copper. And we'll send a couple of you guys over here to start working it. And we've got plenty of iron set up here. One of these, that is a mining spot, that is a gather spot. So we'll go ahead and set up a trail for that. Get one of you guys there. We need to find rubble. No, not Barney. Rubble. Alright, so now we need a smelter. Go ahead and set 2 of them. Stockpile. Thing. Instinct is finally done. And we need to do a here. Divide from, hey, I said divide. Divide from there to there. And then haul from there, there. And we'll grab you guys. And another one of you guys, and you guys can start the smelting process. 60 so we can get our Elder Trail done. Let those guys deal with what they're dealing with for the moment. Now we can set up our Elder Trail. So this right here is now going to get switched. I don't know what the hell that was. Hey, Chairman. Well, go have a poop. Why are you telling me about it? That is information I most certainly do not need. Later. Thanks for stopping in just to tell us you need to shit. Greatly appreciated. Alright, so that's most of that. Now we gotta figure out what we're doing with these guys. But we have our Elder Trail done. We don't really need the cascade at the moment. We have the 75 ants, so that'll get us to the floral island scanner. Optimized ants, we have that done so we can get our recycler done. We have enough to get the counter end, and there's a link counter gate. That's a new one for me. We'll mess with that in a little bit. But let's go ahead and get the iron floor tiles, because that's going to get us our blueprint, which I absolutely want. We have collected copper. We're working on collecting glass. So let's track that one so we know when it's done. Now, our instinct thing is getting to ironworker ants. We're getting a good stockpile of iron over here. Another thing we need to do over here is set up some foraging. But we're going to do a little bit of a thing here. We're going to move this up to here, and we're basically going to set up the same type of thing we did on the other island, where we have a counter gate. It's going to go over here, and that's going to be just one guy getting its copper at the moment. That'll be enough. And then we want a counter gate that comes off and goes here. We want that one set to. We want another counter gate That'll go over here. Set to probably 2 for right now for getting that. We're going to set another counter gate. This one is going to be foraging. So we can start collecting these guys. And we're going to do a carry gate from there to there. Carry gate from there to there. And we'll do one from there to there. And there to there. And that should give us a pretty good amount of them. So they're not walking themselves completely to death. One guy is plenty for that. Apparently we're full of iron, but we need to get rid of these guys off of here anyways. And now we want to get a workshop made. So production, set one up here, one up here. This is going to be for our plates. This is going to be for our screws. Now we want a... Yeah, we need to move this. Move down here a little closer. Now we can put a counter gate on here. Goes that one. Counter gate here. Goes that one. No reason to do the Elder Gate for this because they can't really be upgraded, but they can be recycled, which is what we will be doing with them eventually. We just got to kind of get to that point. Alright, so now we can make our iron floor tiles, which are going to take plates. Blueprint is 100, so that's what we're going for. There's our small diggers, which we don't quite need yet. There's the regular diggers. Where is the iron? Large stockpile, pod workers. Those are very important. They're wanting us to get to these guys. Alright, you guys are not doing anything. Get you moved here. Now I need to find a bit of rubble on this island. This is all iron. It's all iron. Am I literally gonna have to mine all my rubble? there no rubble piles? I am not finding any rubble piles. Sometimes there's rubble piles. A lot of glass up here. That's nice to see. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're going to be mining our rubble because, yeah, that's scrap iron as well. All of those are iron. Got iron everywhere. Well, maybe there isn't any rubble. Alright, so we'll get to the miners and then deal with that part. Forgot to assign my target. There we go. We can technically move this one over to here. Wait a minute, that's not... That's the wrong one, dumbass. I meant to move this one over here, but it's kind of useless there at the moment because the rest of the glass is over this way. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna delete all of this. And go ahead and move you guys back over iron for the moment. And then we're gonna move this over. And it looks like all of our glass is up this way. So we'll put this here. And we're gonna make a landing pad that goes here. And we're gonna have you guys get some launch pad. We're going to set this one up here. Connect that there. And then we're going to set this over here. And they're going to fly over there and go get us our glass. And the counter gate will only count what is here, not what is over there. So we will always have them coming off here if we leave this like this. We don't want to do. So we're going to get them off there. And we're going to actually move this one now down to here. And we're going to do a counter gate here. We're going to set this to like 2. This is going to come into here. And you guys are starting to grab copper now, so change that to copper. You guys can start putting that there. And pick up any iron, you can put it there. We're going to move this over just a bit. Okay. So then this will go to there. And that's actually supposed to be a counter gate there. That's a carry gate, not a counter gate, dumbass. There. And we want that set to 4. So then anybody that can't go into there is going to go to the pad. And they can go over and work on the glass. Alright, glass is done. And now we gotta get back to our instinct points, which we are full there. That doesn't have any fabric, but that's fine. We gotta deal with that. We're gonna go ahead and get our recycler out here, which will be able to recycle our drones that we're sending over yonder. We can go ahead and get copper done, wire done, glass done. We want to do our light bulbs in our large stockpile, but the next thing we want to work on is getting our diggers, which is going to be um, 50, and our blueprint is 100. So we want to get all of those worked on. Now this one is actually going to here, but they're pulling them from that one first, apparently. We actually have more energy cubes than we need, which is amazing. I love it. These guys are over here just walking themselves to death because we're full of iron. So let's change up your routine here. Delete all of this. And we're gonna have you come out here and start cutting down all of this grass. We have more than enough iron. We do not need you guys getting any more iron for a little while. So you guys can just get us some plant fiber. change that target to over there. I don't know if we're going to get enough of these guys in here. Set up our Elder Gate. So we can get the old guys back out of there so they can get back to work on getting upgraded. Now we can go ahead and get our small digger, which means we need 10 for mining. And we need to start setting up mining some rubble. But I think this is going to be a good time for me to take an old man break. So I will be right back. There's a lot of guys picking plant fiber over here. Holy crap. Alright, so that is doing the digging. Counter end, we could work on that. We really don't need any of those at the moment, so we're going for the blueprint, but we need to get the mining done. So over here we need to make an assembler. Wait a minute. We're missing something of vital importance. Where is it? Concrete. Is it under expansion? I really hope not, because if it is, we're screwed. We need the ability to fly the babies over here. Larva storage. That's what we need. Alright, so we really got to get the trash can first. Apparently. Okay. That's very weird that that's where they put that. Anyways, let's get us a recycler set up here. And it needs concrete and wire, which we can't do. We can do the wire, but I'm not going to bother with doing the copper at the moment. It actually looks like we're out of iron, which is... Oh, because you guys ended up getting copper. Okay, yeah, you need to... Which one of these? This one. We need to delete that one. You need to drop that copper. You need to drop it like it's hot. I know you're gonna keep doing that. Alright, let's just set this up. Set it for copper. There. Now you two can stop picking it up. Now why are you not picking up? What are you doing? He's stopping and doing it. Why are you not currently carrying copper? No, you're not. You're not currently carrying anything. You're on crack. Stop being on crack. Crack's not good, children. Alright, how's our glasses? Glass guys look like they're doing well. Still can't believe we can't find any actual rubble piles out here. Because we most definitely, I swear, should be able to pick up rubble piles. I swore that was a thing in my first playthrough I did. Yeah, that's iron back there too. About to make me go load it up just to find out. But anyways, now we can get our larva storage So now we can actually, instead of having these guys fly over here and go to work, we can actually fly the babies over here, which is what we want to do. So we need to set up a larva storage here at the end, and we're gonna do a divider that'll go over to it. So now we have a chance of them dropping it for these guys if the first one's full, or it's supposed to put it, there we go, into lava storage. Alright, so now we need to place a dispenser, which the dispenser is going to go right here next to these guys. So now these guys, if we set this to hauling, will pick up the baby on its way over here. And now we're going to pause for just a second. And we're going to set up a carry gate up to here to a incubator. So if they're carrying anything, when they come in, they will go that way. And then if they're not, they can continue on the other way. And now we need... Did I make an assembler already? I thought I had made... Apparently not. Where'd that guy go with the baby? Hey, you! With the baby! Why you no drop the baby? Oh, I know why you didn't drop the baby. Hold on. Pause that. Delete that. Carry gate to there. And then hauling to there. Okay. So now you should turn, go there, drop the baby. Alright, so now we want an assembler over here. And we're going to have the little guy come out over there. And we need fabric for this. And the easiest way to get the fabric is going to be to set up our elder gate. Oh no, that's going to go to the recycler that we don't have set up, so never mind. We need to actually get a... We need to get somebody up here to cut these. So I think we're going to change our fly thing here. We've got enough glass at the moment. And we're going to have them land up here. And then they're going to do plant cutting. We just got to make sure they don't cut the purple ones, because the purple ones have the good stuff. I don't know why I put that one in there. It's literally not useful. Alright, so now let's set up a launch pad right here. We seriously don't have 2 iron plates? How do we not have 2 iron plates? Get busy on the plates. We don't have anybody in there doing plates. Why do we not have anybody in there doing plates? Why are you guys full of shit not doing anything? We like don't have anybody coming in right now. What's going on over here? That would be the problem. Holy crap. Look here, you. Stop picking it back up. Alright, you're just pissing me off now. Not even sure why you guys are just standing here. Ah, I see why. Because there's multiple in there. Again. Okay, you guys are making a mess. We gotta do something about this. We literally have the trash can. I just don't want to use it. I really want that stockpile gate bad. Timer gate, big eraser, iron decoration. Give me my blueprint because I really want to get that checked out. Still didn't get enough of this, but that's because we haven't got the fabric thing done yet. Move that off over there for right now. We have nobody up here even getting fabric. We so gotta get some more. Yeah, we're gonna have to use some of you guys. Not for fabric, because you guys can't do fabric, but you can fill in for some of the other jobs. Alright, you're literally just walking yourself to death over here. So, drop it. I knew you were going to do that. Drop it. Drop it. Now, look, here. Stop doing that. Drop and walk away. Okay, no. We're turning this off for right now. Can we set this to 0? Yes. It's set to 0. Nobody else goes in there. Can you guys not do... Or you can do foraging and hauling. You can't do plant cutting. That's an issue. We're going to have to actually fly in fabric because we can't get concrete, because we can't mine rubble, and we can't mine rubble because we can't make an assembler because we don't have the fabric. And these guys can't do plant. Well, technically we can do this. Hold on. We're gonna have to do a combiner instead for right now. We're gonna have to have you guys come over here and become workers, which you're now gonna have to walk way the fuck up here to do this. And these guys, we might as well just start sending back. Oh, great. You guys have larvae. Because, of course. Alright, now they're getting that. Now, let's move this over to here. And we're going to assign it back over to here, which we don't have one to do. What the fuck? How did you get in there? You big guys shouldn't have been able to get in there. I'm gonna have to figure out how you got in there. Because you shouldn't have been able to do that. Is it because of this one? Yes, it is. I forgot I switched that over. So now this one needs to come out of there. This and go back down to there. And your elder gate actually needs to come down to here. Okay, I think I've got all that dealt with now. Timer gate we don't need yet. Cast gate might be the next thing we actually do. Large stockpile would be really nice. Let's leave these guys on this island alone again. Oh no, we want to get a landing pad. Oh, did another one of you big guys get in here? Get out of there. Can't be in there. Now we got babies just laying around that need to be dealt with. Anyways, back over here. We gotta do something with you guys. Just go up here and do something for the moment, because flying you back over there right now isn't gonna do any good. I just need to focus on getting the fabric made for this so I can get my miners done. We've got tons of fabric up there. What the hell is going on up here now? Alright. Yeah, when you guys get down to here, we're just gonna fly you guys out. And yeah, you guys that came down here, you can literally just walk yourselves to death for right now. I don't care. I want to see if this little contraption I made here works. Yeah, as long as they don't get backed up, it works. They're probably going to get backed up though. But so far it works. They'll just keep going around in circles until they can put another one down. I probably should just, you know, not be stupid and make a couple more incubators. Alright, so they'll come over here, try to go do a job. If they can't find a job to do, then they'll fly back off and bring in another baby. How are we doing on plates? Not the greatest. Well, that works on that, though. I want to see. Floor tile eraser. Iron floor tile. How much do we need? Blueprints are unlocked. Okay. Floor tile selector, blueprint menu. Alright, sort. Sort on cookware, sort on date, sort on workshop. So floor tile selector. So yeah, we do have to use the floor tiles. Okay. Now, if I do this again, I can move this over here and just put this down wherever I want, and it'll make me a smelting array. Nice. That's what I've been wanting. So I need to make a thing for the workshop as well. I probably should make like a 1 time and maybe a 5 time of those. Damn thing's almost done. We need one more fabric. There we go. Now, we need this. We need that. Assigned to the iron. We need this. Set to the small digger. And we need to give him a output. Alright, what is your not enough material to upgrade ant? Oh, it needs screws, not iron, you retard. Change target to screws. There we go. So now that'll give us that. And now this is rubble. Barney rubble. Now, if we do a thing like that, we can have a miner come up and go there. Except we want this to be a divider. There. Now we can also make a blueprint of that. And this will be 6x miner. Save that. So now whenever I need to place it, I've got it. Alright, so now we need a nice clean area to start setting up all of our stuff. Why are you guys... You guys need to get back to some cutting here, but without... I don't want you cutting these. That one's fruiting, this one's not. So we can go ahead and cut that one. That one's fruiting. That one's, yeah, these here are fruiting. the big one that does it. Okay. So we just got to make sure they don't cut these guys, which is going to be interesting. Trying to get them into this one. Yeah, like that. Without hitting the other ones. Alright. We are getting rubble like crazy. Go ahead and move this guy up here for right now. Do we have room? No, we technically do. Throw that right there. Okay. So now let's go ahead and delete this one. Delete this one. Delete this one. Relocate this one up to here. Delete this one. And then move this one into its place. And then we're going to stop it. You stop it. Drop it. Walk away. Drop it. Walk away. Okay. Delete all of that. You three. Fuck out of here. So now, counter gate here. Right now, we'll let these guys do it, but we're going to be changing it over to regular workers soon. But now that'll give me my regular iron smelting. Now I want to set up another one of these. Really not sure where I want to put it. Love to put it right here, but I don't have room. I'm thinking we might have to do it like here for right now. We should be able to move it later. And then this is going to be for the actual rubble into concrete. Which, speaking of, we now should have collect rubble, unlock concrete smelting. I want to get that large stockpile. Apparently there's concrete floor tiles, and that's for going to the other island, which we need this to do that. Okay, this is another one of the ones that doesn't flower. This one does. This one doesn't flower. Okay. So we need to just pause this for a minute. Let's erase all of this. You guys can go and drop your stuff off. Okay. Now we're going to move this up into here for the moment. This gives us more room to work. Yeah, one of them just died, which is fine. There is still this one plant thing there and that one there. So we could go ahead and have them do that, but I don't think I'm going to bother. Yeah, we got to do something about this. Yeah, we got to stop this. I still got to figure out a good way of doing that. I still don't know a good way to do that. Alright, let's just move that back there for the moment. You're gonna go there. Come down around here. Alright. Are we seriously out of iron right now? No, we have iron. We just not have anybody smelting it right now. Yeah, we don't have anybody smelting it right now. Which is where we're running into the problem that, you know, these guys need to be coming over here and helping with this job. And I want to get it to where they're not doing this job. But we also need to either start mining iron or get more iron collected. And we have these big things here of iron. But I'd really like to get the small rubble stuff out of there too. Alright, I think I'm going to take a break. Been at this for 3 hours tonight. I got to look at the blueprint stuff. I love it. It's what I was hoping for a long time ago when I was doing my original series. So we'll come back in probably a couple days, maybe early next week, and continue on with this and see if we can get to the next island and see what I can do to figure out exactly what I want to do with this. Setting up all the arrays over here, make me a decent workshop area over there, redo about everything on this island. I'm really gonna have to set up the trash can thing, but I want to get to the pod workers. As soon as I get to these pod workers, which I've got the thing to make the light bulbs, I just need to get the glass smelting. So we'll work on getting the pod workers next time, and that'll really help us up our production and will help us with having way too many energy cubes now. Anyways, y'all have a good one, and I'll see you next time.